We are not doctors. Nothing in this podcast should be taken as medical advice. Consult your physician before starting any workout routine. This is the Martial Heart Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be episode 46 Bravo, 46B. This is going to be the Spreaker version. I recorded a thing earlier, it wound up being like 30 minutes long, and I put it on YouTube, titled episode 46, YouTube exclusive. So if you want to go to YouTube and watch or listen to that one, it's there. But I figured, man, not everybody's going to do the YouTube thing, so I need to put one that's going to hit all the audio platforms. So we're doing this one, and I'll try to fill you in on what was discussed on the other one. The other one, I don't know. This is becoming far too common, but anyway, not feeling well. Yesterday's episode, I explained that I wasn't feeling well, my blood pressure was shooting up and down and stuff, and that continued overnight into this morning, and I still feel like shit. But I also have a lot of nausea and chest pressure right now. But, I don't know what's causing that. It could still all be related to the blood pressure thing or to a medication. I don't know. But the, if the chest pressure is an anxiety response, then it's not helping, because it just causes more anxiety, because it makes me think there's something wrong with my heart. And I think the doctor is pretty convinced that it's not my heart that is the problem with that. So I suppose he knows more about it than I do. Maybe. I don't know. You hope that the doctor knows more about it than you do. So anyway, I didn't go to work today. I just need to rest. So after I record this, I'm going to go lay down, I think, and probably go back to sleep. So I've been awake since about 3 o'clock this morning. I got out of bed at 4 something. After laying there trying to go back to sleep, it just didn't work. So, well, I'm tired, and I'll probably go lay down and go back to sleep for a while. And, but yeah, I haven't really been feeling good. So I'm trying not to, just constantly talk about that. I know, or at least I'm hopeful, things are going to get figured out. The proper medications, the proper dosages, and the proper everything else, keeping my blood pressure at a proper level, will eventually get worked out, and I won't feel like this every day. But right now, my friend Vince at work puts it pretty well, that right now I am an experiment. They're just pumping me full of chemicals and trying to see which ones will do what they want them to do, what they want my systems to do. And that's pretty accurate, because that's basically how I'm feeling. And it's true. I mean, you're going to keep modifying the medication. Can't even speak. They're going to keep modifying the medications to, hopefully get everything where it needs to be and keep it there. My blood pressure, I took my blood pressure earlier today, and just a little bit earlier before I recorded the YouTube one. And it was pretty good. 118/88, if I remember correctly, which the 88's a little bit high, but everything else was okay. But I did that because I had kind of a weird incident happen. I was moving my chair, just scooting my chair up toward the table here in order to sit down behind the microphone. And that, whatever I did, made my heart start beating very heavily. And I started feeling like I needed to take deep breaths because I was short of breath. And all I did was move a chair. And that's abnormal. It's very abnormal. So even after the heart attack, it's abnormal. I can still pick up heavy things and move them. And so that's why I really just hit record and put the blood pressure cuff on my wrist and was taking my blood pressure and just decided to start there on the YouTube video because I don't know. I wanted it to be there. I wanted to document that reaction or whatever I was having. And so I just hit record before I even did the intro or anything. And then I did the intro later. So I did the intro not as an introduction. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. But yes, I'm an experiment, and eventually it'll get worked out. So I'm trying not to fret about it too much. But of course, I'm going to fret. I'm going to fret about it. So yeah, different microphone I'm using now. We did that little experiment, and it was kind of a mixed bag of results. Some people really liked the sound of the Rode PodMic, and I didn't add any EQ to it. I mean, I can still play around with the equalization for that and probably make it sound really good. But the SM58 apparently just sounds good right out of the box with my voice, and that was without, a couple of people said it sounded better without the pop filter on it. So, but I decided to do something different. Oh, big surprise, right? Because the SM58 is an offspring of a microphone called the SM57. And the SM57 is the presidential microphone. It's what they use for presidential addresses. And I don't know if it's only at the podium or in the White House. I don't know if it's always, but it is considered the presidential microphone. It's what they use when the president is addressing the nation. And it's been around for a long time, and it led to the creation of the SM58 and everything that came after, and the SM7B and everything that came before and after that, because they're all based on the same microphone cartridge internally. And the SM57 was first, I believe. So the difference is the SM57 doesn't have a big bulb on the end of it. So it's basically the exposed microphone cartridge at the end of the handle, I guess we'll call it, the body of the microphone. And you can use it to record instruments and, put it in front of speakers to do, decibel readings or, sound checks and things like that. But you can also use it to record voice and vocals for singing and choirs and all sorts of things. And they do make a specific pop filter for it. And I have one of those on. What I'm speaking through right now is an SM57, and it has the specific pop filter that was made for it, and the SM545, I think it was, because they're very similar microphones. But even when I'm close to it, it's not picking up the pops and the plosives as badly as the SM58 did. But it's mostly because the pop filter that is designed for this microphone creates a wider space between the cartridge and the end of the pop filter. On the SM58, you're basically going to get about a half of an inch clearance between the cartridge and the pop filter that you're speaking into. And on this one, it's probably closer to an inch. So it's a lot more space, which forces you to stay farther away from the cartridge, and therefore your breaths and your pops and your stuff like that just aren't going to be picked up as well. So we're doing that, and it was a pretty amazing story. When I decided that I was going to do this, believe me, I spend a lot of time researching things and experimenting with things. But when I decided that I was going to get an SM57, I sat down. You can get them all over the place. But one problem that I'm having now is looking on eBay and different places, even on Amazon, and some of them they're fake. They're counterfeits. They're not real. So to make sure that I'm getting a real one and I'm not paying for some bullshit fake microphone that just looks like the other one, I decided I would go with only buy my equipment from reputable places. I like dealing with Sweetwater, which is cool because they have really good prices, free shipping, and they're like fast. And so I've got a couple of things from them, and I'm really impressed with them. I enjoy them. And they put a bag of candy in every shipment that I get. And I don't eat the candy because I'm not supposed to be eating candy, and I don't really like candy that much anyway. So it gets thrown away, but it's a cute gesture because they're called Sweetwater, so they send a bag of sweet candy with it. But anyway, I decided to get the Shure SM57 directly from Shure in Oregon. They're based out of Oregon. And I went there. I went to their website. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on October 9th. And it was 4 or 4:30 when I decided, okay, boom, I'm doing it. Bought it and immediately got hey, there's a confirmation of your order. Cool. It's very nice. And then like 20 minutes later, I got boom, here's shipping. And okay, it's on the way. But it said shipping label was created. And then later on, I got the company is in possession of your thing. And I'm like, wow, this is going really fast. And I received that microphone before 2 p.m. the following day. So it was less than 24 hours. It was about 22 hours from the time I ordered it until it was on my front porch. And within 22 and a half hours, I was able to have it connected to my audio array and start experimenting with recording and settings and equalization. So it was really impressive. And I don't think other than ordering something from Amazon that says we can get it to you the same day because the distribution center it's coming from is 10 miles from your house. That's one thing. This came from Oregon, and the shipping was free. It was free shipping. I didn't pay for any expedited shipping or anything. I figured, it'll take it 2 or 3 days for it to get here at least, because I wasn't really in a hurry. But apparently, Shure is in a hurry, or they have a time machine. Not sure which, but it was impressive. And so thanks, Shure. Shure microphones are Shure. It's just Shure, SHURE. And they make great stuff. So if you're in the market, look them up. But if you're going to have something shipped directly from them, expect to get it a hell of a lot faster than you thought you would, because I did. And so anyhow, that's pretty impressive. So I needed to tell someone about that because I've never experienced anything quite like it. Not coming from the other side of the country that fast, that was not paid for overnight shipping. Actually, the last time I got something off of the West Coast and I paid for overnight shipping, it got here it took longer for it to get here than Shure did to get their microphone here with free shipping. So, check them out if you need a microphone. So that was fun. And I think audio experimentation and things has just become my coping mechanism for, the way I feel, realizing that I don't feel good, It's going to get better. It's got to get better. I know it is. They say that they think my heart's doing fine, doing well, I guess, pretty much. I can exercise and it doesn't give me any kind of a negative effect. And the chest pressure that I have, my doctor is convinced that it's not heart related. So I just got to get all this other stuff under control, and then everything will be fine. But that's today's update, and it's going to be the weekend, so you'll hear from me again. I will probably do at least one more recording, probably 2, 3, or 4 more recordings over the weekend, and that'll be it. Take care of yourselves, eat right, exercise, take care of each other, and I will see you next time. I need to do a new video intro. I need to keep the audio for the intro, but I want to change the video. Probably going to have to hire a kid in India to do this for me.